Hi guys, my name is Fahd Dawood. Welcome back to this series on how to be a successful real estate agent in Dubai. This is part 3 and I'm going to talk about once you're an agent, how to grow your business. Now, this series is intended for the newbie and for the semi-experienced or the experienced person to really get back into the business that you love or loved previously and make the business of real estate in Dubai serve you in terms of time and money, because the opportunity is there. So there's going to be a little bit of basic stuff that's very critical and crucial in my opinion, and then I'm going to talk about some high-level techniques that everybody can apply, hopefully to increase their business immediately. Look, a lot of people ask me this. I'm a vision person. I'm a mindset person. The number one thing that I would still say to everybody is that, look, set your vision and goals correct. 99% of the game is your mindset. Once you've decided on a certain amount of money that you're going to make a month and there's going to be no excuses, you're most likely going to hit that amount within the next 1 to 6 months. But if you haven't even decided that in your mind and you can't see it clearly, guess what? You're going to be like one of those agents who are going to go from deal to deal, make a lot of money and then make less money. To have a steady flow of income, the first thing you need to do is set a monthly target of how much minimum money you need to make. Now that could be 10,000, 20, 30, 70,000, $100,000, maybe $500,000. Sky's the limit. You're the only one controlling that. Look, I've got a lot of techniques that I talk about in terms of setting the mind straight. One of the things that I do is called a course called Strategic Visions, Building a Worthy Vision. Comment below with your name and your email address. I'm happy to invite you to this course. It's a paid course, but I charge a minuscule amount, but it's something that you would really benefit from, setting your mindset straight in the business. That's number 1. Number 2, if you're at the starting level of your career or the mid-level and you've never had a mentor, I would highly encourage that you find a mentor who you get along with and who's got at least 5+ experience in the Dubai market. Now, why is this very important? I'll tell you. There's a video on YouTube, perhaps I'll put the link below, called Smell the Money. Agents smell the money. I had one of my mentors who had been in the market for 10, 11, 12 years. He was so sharp. One day I introduced a deal to him and he called me at 11. Now, generally, he never showed up to the office before 1 p.m. I'm not encouraging that, but he calls me at 11 and I was like, must be something important. I answered this phone call and he asked me what happened with that certain deal that we were working on. And I updated him and then we closed the phone. Because I had introduced the deal to him and he was acting as an investor, even though he was an agent and my mentor, he and his partners ended up making $1 million to 3 million dirhams on this deal within 6 months' time. Now, the lesson I walked away from this many years later is that he had this knack of smelling the money. He knew where the money and where the deal was. Who is the buyer or the seller who's going to close the deal? And me, in proximity to him, started learning that subconsciously. This is why it's very important to find a mentor, somebody who's got experience in the market and you get along with, and then shadow him on or her on the deals that they're working on. You literally now, we've got the master-student relationship, and in the master-student relationship, the student gets paid nothing, but literally works like the servant to the master, right? Now, I'm not saying that you need to be the servant to the mentor, but you really need to be that go-to person that the mentor can rely on to close the transaction. This is what I did in my early days. Now, granted, I started a long time ago, but I didn't have a real mentor until maybe 5 years later into my career. And when I found that mentor, I stuck to him and I literally acted like his errand boy. If he had a property that he wasn't really that interested in because the commission was perhaps low by his standard, guess who was going to work on it with full enthusiasm? Me. If he had a landlord or a seller who needed to sell 4 properties in the quickest amount of time, but he was too busy to work on it, guess who was going to work on them? Me. Did I split my commissions? Did I leave it in his hand on what commission I should get? Completely. I didn't care. It wasn't about the money at that stage. It was really about learning. And I really suggest to all newbies, it's people even in their mid-level careers, if you've not had a mentor, find one and serve but learn from him. Serve him but learn from him. Last but not the least, let's say you've started your career, now it's time to make some serious money, you've got a mentor in place as well, but it's not giving you enough money to sustain your monthly income goals. Look, you can either choose to work on resale properties, or in Dubai at the current moment, off-plan properties are extremely hot, okay? If you're working on resale properties, your mentor can feed you a lot of sellers who might be signed up exclusive with him, or they might sign up exclusive with you because your mentor tells them to. My suggestion to you is take 1 to 5 properties on board, and then the trick is to lead generate. This is the mantra that I teach all of my agents. Lead generate to get thousands of customers, provide them extraordinary value, and then convert them into money. So the number one thing you must do if you've got a property is lead generate. The way you lead generate it is, let's say you've got a villa in Arabian Ranches. What you do is, number one thing, if it's exclusive with you, call all the agents in the market, tell them that all the Arabian Ranches specialists, you tell them this villa is exclusive with me, I'm getting paid by the seller a 2% or a 3% commission fee, you can keep the buyer's fee, please bring your clients to this villa. Then you start marketing to Arabian Ranches itself, to all those people who live there. You can go door to door if it's allowed, pass out flyers, you can put flyers up into the local shopping center, just rent the board out. Your main thing should be lead generating as many clients as possible for that particular property, put it on the portals so that you can actually sell and move the property, right? Same thing applies to if you start working in the off-plan category. Now, there's a very specific step-by-step way to sell off-plan property. I'm not going to go through the entire step, but if you can walk away with one thing from this video is to understand your primary goal is to lead generate. Let me give you an example. If you picked up a developer that's based in Mohammed bin Rashid city, how would you go about lead generating? First thing you ask the developer is, who are the nationalities and the profile of the buyers that are buying property here? The moment you tell you it's Africans who are not based in Dubai, the first thing you should do is go to your database, your list, regardless of whether you've been in real estate or not, or your mentor's database or list, and ask him to give you all the African buyers who are not based in Dubai, their details. This is how you start lead generating. You call them, invite them to an open house, send them information. Then you look at who in Dubai buys in Mohammed bin Rashid city. Perhaps it's lawyers based in DIFC. You can always approach those companies, set up a specific dinner or an open house, send out some details to the HR. Don't spam them, don't cold call on them, but request their permission first if you can contact them. The idea is that your brain should start thinking about, how do I lead generate multiple clients so I can close this property, means sell this property, right? So 4 points I discussed. Number 1, mindset. This is so short of time for me to explain how to set your mindset right. I would suggest look at Bob Proctor and listen to his videos. They're available for free on YouTube. Number 2, mentor. Find a mentor and work with a mentor. Even if you're not making a lot of money on the deals that you're doing on. If you don't do that, you're still going to be making mistakes that could have been easily rectified and taken care of in the first year or 2 years. Number 3, if you're working on resale properties, you got to learn how to lead generate for resale properties. If you're working on off-plan properties, there's a specific methodology, and maybe one of these coming videos I'll develop, and I'll share that with you as well. You have to get through that specific methodology to generate a lot of leads for off-plan properties, and success is yours. Stay tuned, there's more parts coming. Talk to you soon.